Hello students, welcome to this second lecture. I Deepak Kosti welcome you for this lecture, Introduction to Database Applications. In the previous lecture, we have seen what exactly the database is. In this lecture, we are going to see different applications of database. The contents are banking, airline, universities, manufacturing, selling industries, etc. So these are the four examples, applications we have taken. Now let us see one by one. The first is banking. Now all of you are using different UPI applications like Google Pay, Phone Pay, etc. Now these all things are using database. How? That we'll see. I have taken here the first point as internet banking. Now in internet banking, you put username, you put password. Before that, you create the account. While creating the account, your username and your password is stored in the database. So whenever you log in to the internet banking website of a particular bank, your identity is checked, that whether a particular password and the particular username is matched or not. If it is matching, an access is given to that particular internet banking web page. At the same time, your account details are managed by the bank. Where it is managed in the database only. Account details means what? Account details means your account number, then your address, then your contact number, then your nominee name, and there are much more things that we deal with. If you have taken loans from the bank, that loan account number and the information about the loan. That may be bank loan, that may be home loan, that may be personal loan, that may be anything. Now, suppose you have taken a loan for around 10 to 15 years, 20 years, or 30 years is the maximum period given by the bank, 30 years. So a bank needs to keep a record of your repayments for 30 years at least. Because whenever you go to the bank must be able to tell, or the bank is already able to tell what is your remaining principal. So everything is managed again in terms of database. So banking system, if it is online, now all the banks are online. A banking system, if it is online, it is using database. Some local banks are there which may not be using internet. That means these banks are not using database. Coming back to the second example, airlines. Again in airlines, airline booking, secure login is required. What is secure login? We just explained. I just explained. We just discussed regarding the username and password. If the username and password are matched, then only the login is accessed. In airline booking also, a secure login is important. Once you log in securely, now you can check your bookings. You can also check the fares for next bookings. So how the fare is managed, how the travels, trips are managed from X location to Y location. So each and everything is managed in terms of database. So without database, it is very much difficult to manage online airline system. Because booking, if it is coming into picture, it is online. Because you cannot imagine there is a queue for booking of flight. You never see that, right? So it is there for trains, but it is not there for the airlines. Even IRCTC, PhonePe, Google Pay, everyone is now giving the booking of airlines as well as railway booking. Next is universities. We have universities like Pune University or MIT, or there are so many universities which are keeping the information of students, information of different colleges which are there in the university, information about different courses available, the information of staff which is present in that particular university. Now you can imagine how university will work if university is now not having the college information. So each and every information is very much critical for the universities as well. So staff information, if we think about the staff information, staff that may be teaching, that may be non-teaching, that may be anyone who is associated with university, the information must be maintained by the university, isn't it? Without this information, university will be helpless. Later on, if any problem arises, there is who is the responsible person to check for that? That staff information is going to be very much important and critical for the universities. Not only staff, but course info, college info, student info, everything is very much important if we consider different universities. Coming to the next industry, manufacturing and selling industry, wherein a database is playing very much critical role. Now, what are the different things that may be maintained in the database? First one is stock available. Second, stock required. Next, seller details. Next, order management. These are the highlighted points in any manufacturing and selling industry. If manufacturing is done, there must be some raw material available, that we call it as a stock available. Whenever some material is getting finished, getting very less quantities remaining, at that time, stock required is also an important point that can be stored in the database and that can be ordered later on. Seller details is again an important part. There may be different sellers available with that particular industry. That selling department, all the departments needs this seller details, because if we want to sell something, everything must be maintained properly. Coming to the last point of manufacturing and selling industries is order management. If we want to manage different orders, now you consider Amazon only. It is only delivering the products which are manufactured by somebody else. Order management plays an important role. Now you can imagine how orders are managed by the Amazon. So each and everything is stored in the database only. So manufacturing and selling industries also needs database. Without database, it is very much difficult to get the profit or to run a particular industry. So whatever we have seen, the examples, banking, airlines, different universities, manufacturing and selling industries, everywhere where it is not required. In banking, financial sector it is required. Airlines, the booking, online booking, railway booking may be there. It may be bus booking, it may be airline booking. After that, the educational institutes like different universities, then manufacturing industries and selling industries. So everywhere database is required. So these are the four applications I'm highlighting over here. I hope you understood all the different applications wherein database is used. So this is what the concluding remark. We have seen different applications of database systems where exactly the databases are used. Thank you. Happy learning. Do visit the blog https://learnspcc.blogspot.com, wherein all the material, PowerPoints, slides, notes, everything will be available here. Thank you. Happy learning. We'll meet in the next lecture.